Something is shifting in the spiritual realm right now that's going to manifest in your physical reality faster than you expect. And if you've been feeling a restlessness lately, if you've been sensing that something big is about to happen, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is exactly, I need you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Because the reason you're watching this right now is not random or coincidental. You were led here for a specific message that's going to change absolutely everything about how you see your future. God just showed me something about your financial future that I was told to share with you immediately. Someone with resources, someone with influence, someone with wealth and connections is about to notice you. And when they do, when they see you and recognize the anointing on your life, your entire life is going to shift so quickly that you won't even have time to process what's happening before the next door opens. This isn't something you're going to have to chase after desperately. This isn't something you're going to have to manipulate or force or beg for. This is divine alignment. This is favor. This is God orchestrating connections behind the scenes. And it's already in motion right now. You've been faithful in the small things for so long, haven't you? You've been showing up consistently, even when no one was watching or acknowledging your effort. You've been doing the right thing, even when it cost you personally, even when it would have been easier to cut corners or compromise your integrity. You've been sowing seeds even when you couldn't see any evidence of a harvest coming. You've been giving even when your own resources were severely limited, and it's felt like nobody noticed. It's felt like your efforts went completely unseen and unappreciated. But that's not true at all. God has been watching every single move you've made, and He's been recording it all, keeping track of every act of faithfulness, every sacrifice, every moment of obedience. There's a principle in the kingdom that most people don't fully understand or tap into. When you're faithful in obscurity, when nobody's watching and you could get away with doing less, God prepares you for visibility and public recognition. When you're excellent in the hidden place, God positions you strategically for the public place where everyone can see. And the season you've been in, the season where you felt overlooked and undervalued and unnoticed by everyone around you, that wasn't God abandoning you or forgetting about your faithfulness. That was preparation. God has been building something inside you that the world is about to see and recognize. And He's been connecting dots behind the scenes, arranging divine appointments that are about to form a picture you never imagined was possible for your life. Here's what I need you to understand deep in your spirit. The wealth that's about to enter your life is not just for you to enjoy selfishly. It's for the assignment God has given you. It's for the people you're called to impact and serve. It's for the ministry, the business, the vision, the calling that's been sitting inside you, waiting for resources to manifest it into reality. God doesn't release wealth randomly or arbitrarily. He releases it strategically to people who will steward it according to His purpose and His plans for advancing the kingdom. And the person who's about to choose you, who's about to invest in you, they're not going to choose you because you begged them or pitched them perfectly. They're not going to choose you because you impressed them with your credentials or your past accomplishments. They're going to choose you because God is going to supernaturally place you in their spirit. They're going to see something in you that they can't fully explain or articulate. They're going to feel compelled by the Holy Spirit to invest in you, to help you, to open doors for you that you couldn't open for yourself. And it's going to seem like it came out of absolutely nowhere. But it didn't come from nowhere. It came from God orchestrating it all behind the scenes. Now, here's what most people miss completely when they're waiting desperately for a financial breakthrough. They focus so much mental and emotional energy on the money itself that they miss the preparation that's equally important. God is not just about to give you wealth. He's about to give you responsibility, influence, and stewardship. And if you're not ready to handle what's coming, if you're not spiritually and emotionally mature enough to steward it wisely, it will overwhelm you and potentially destroy you instead of empowering you to fulfill your calling. That's why this season you've been in has been so critically important for your future. God has been teaching you how to manage with little so that you'll know how to manage wisely with much. You've been feeling a pull to get organized lately, haven't you? You've been feeling like you need to clean up certain areas of your life that have been messy or chaotic. Physically decluttering your space, financially organizing your accounts and records, spiritually deepening your relationship with God, relationally setting better boundaries. That's not just you being random or suddenly motivated out of nowhere. That's God preparing you to receive what's coming. He's telling you to make room. Because when this blessing shows up, when this divine connection manifests, it's going to require space to operate. It's going to require structure and systems. It's going to require organization. And if you're still living in chaos and disorganization, you won't be able to hold or properly steward what He's about to release into your hands. There's been a spiritual blockage around your finances that's about to break wide open. And I want you to understand what that blockage has actually been. It hasn't been your faith or your lack of belief. It hasn't been your prayers being insufficient. It's been a delay designed by God Himself to protect you from getting something before you were ready for it. Because if the wealth had come earlier, before you went through this season of preparation and refinement, you wouldn't have been ready for it. You would have mishandled it out of immaturity. You would have misused it because you didn't yet understand kingdom principles. You would have trusted the wrong people with it because your discernment wasn't sharp enough yet. But now, after everything you've been through, after every test you've passed, after every lesson you've learned the hard way, now you're ready. Now you're prepared. Now you can be trusted with increase. Let me tell you what's about to happen in your life, and I need you to receive this by faith. You're going to receive an opportunity that doesn't make logical sense based on your current qualifications or experience. Someone is going to offer you something that you didn't apply for, that you didn't ask for, that you didn't even know existed as a possibility. And your first instinct is going to be to question it, to wonder if you're really qualified or capable, to feel like maybe they made a mistake and chose the wrong person. But that's not a mistake at all. That's favor operating in your life. And favor doesn't operate based on what you deserve according to human standards. It operates based on what God has called you to carry and accomplish. Beyond that, you're going to start noticing that doors are opening in places where you've been locked out before, where you've faced rejection repeatedly. Opportunities that rejected you in the past are going to come back around with a completely different response. People who overlooked you before or dismissed you entirely are going to suddenly see your value and pursue you. And it's going to be crystal clear to everyone watching that something supernatural is happening in your life, that you're operating under divine favor that can't be explained naturally. Here's what I need you to do starting today, right now. I want you to start preparing like it's already done, like the blessing has already manifested, not from a place of arrogance or presumption, but from a place of genuine faith and expectation. Start organizing your finances, even if there's not much there right now. Start creating the systems and structures you'll need when the increase comes. Start researching the things you'll need to know. Start making space in your schedule for the opportunities that are about to show up. Because when God moves, He moves with incredible speed. And if you're not ready, if you haven't prepared, you'll miss the moment when it arrives. There's also something I need to warn you about so you're not caught off guard. When this blessing manifests visibly, when this favor becomes obvious to everyone around you, not everyone is going to celebrate with you genuinely. Some people are going to question how you got it and assume something shady. Some people are going to assume you did something unethical or compromised your integrity. Some people are going to be jealous and secretly hope it doesn't last. And you need to be mentally and emotionally prepared for that reality. Don't let their opinions make you shrink back or play small. Don't let their doubt make you question what God clearly did. Stand firm in knowing that what God has given you, no human being can take away or diminish. Now here's the timeline, and pay attention to this. In the next 30 to 60 days, you're going to see the first tangible sign. It might be a conversation that leads somewhere unexpected. It might be an email that opens a door. It might be an introduction to someone influential. It might be an idea that drops into your spirit seemingly out of nowhere. Pay very close attention. Don't dismiss it because it seems too good to be true or too big for where you currently are. Don't ignore it because it doesn't fit the exact picture you had in your mind of how your breakthrough would come. God's ways are infinitely higher than your ways. And sometimes His blessings show up in packages you weren't expecting, through channels you never anticipated. I also need you to understand this truth. The person who's going to choose you is being prepared right now, just like you are being prepared. God is working on both sides of this divine equation simultaneously. He's positioning you and He's positioning them. And when the timing is absolutely perfect, when both sides are ready, He's going to bring you together in a way that benefits both of you mutually. This is not a one-sided transaction where someone is doing you a favor. This is a kingdom connection. They're going to be blessed by choosing you just as much as you're going to be blessed by being chosen. So here's what I need you to declare out loud right now, wherever you are. I am ready to receive what God has for me. I am ready to steward the wealth that's coming. I am ready to walk into the opportunities that are being prepared behind the scenes. I will not shrink back in fear or insecurity. I will not doubt or second guess what God is doing. I will not disqualify myself based on my past or my current circumstances. I trust God's timing completely. I trust God's process implicitly. And I declare that every door that needs to open will open, and every person who needs to see me will see me. I am chosen. I am favored. I am about to move into my destiny. Say that declaration out loud with conviction and faith. And then start walking like it's already done, like the blessing has already been released. Start carrying yourself like someone who's about to step into something major and life-changing. Not with arrogance or pride, but with quiet confidence. Not with boasting, but with assurance that comes from knowing whose you are and what He's promised you. God is about to shock you with His favor. And when it happens, when it all comes together, you're going to look back at this exact moment and realize that this message was the confirmation you needed to step forward in faith instead of shrinking back in doubt. Someone wealthy is choosing you. The door is opening. The opportunity is coming. And all you have to do is be ready, be faithful, and be willing to walk through it boldly when it appears in front of you. Get ready to move, because the season of waiting is over. The season of walking into your destiny is beginning right now. And nothing is going to stop what God has already set in motion for you. I also want you to understand something important about this shift that's coming. When God moves you from one level to another, especially when it involves financial increase and new connections, it can feel disorienting at first. You might experience what I call divine whiplash, where things are moving so fast that you can barely keep up. You might second guess whether you belong in the new rooms you're walking into. You might feel like an imposter among people who seem more qualified or experienced. But that's normal. That's part of the transition. Don't let those feelings make you shrink back or run away from what God is opening for you. Remember this truth. God doesn't make mistakes with His assignments. If He's connecting you with someone wealthy and influential, it's because He knows you're ready, even if you don't feel ready yet. If He's opening a door that seems too big, it's because He sees capacity in you that you haven't fully recognized in yourself. Trust His judgment more than your feelings. Trust His vision more than your current view of yourself. And one final thing, when this breakthrough comes, when this connection manifests, don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the season of waiting and struggling and believing when you had nothing. Stay humble. Stay grateful. Stay connected to God who made it all possible. Because the greatest danger of sudden increase is not that you'll mismanage the money. It's that you'll forget the God who gave it to you. Stay rooted, stay grounded, and watch Him continue to do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or imagine.